Have you ever pondered why the world's population is declining? Isn't it peculiar that some countries are nearing zero birth rates? As we unravel this mystery, we find a global trend emerging. The world's population isn't growing as it once did, with some developed countries even witnessing a near zero birth rate. So what's causing this decline? A myriad of factors plays a role. First and foremost, education levels have significantly increased, and with it, a shift in societal norms. People are prioritizing career growth and personal development over starting families. Secondly, we're witnessing an era of women's empowerment. More women are in the workforce than ever before, and many are choosing to delay or forego childbirth. Lastly, the cost of living in developed countries has skyrocketed. Raising a child has become a significant financial burden for many, leading to smaller families or sometimes none at all. It seems counterintuitive, but yes, some parts of our world are witnessing an unexpected decline in their population. Population decline might seem like a universal phenomenon, but its implications are vastly different for developed and developing nations. In the developed world, a dwindling population brings with it a set of unique challenges. Let's take economies, for instance. These nations often boast robust economies, but a declining population can slow growth and lead to economic stagnation. Why? Well, fewer people mean less demand for goods and services, and that can spell trouble for businesses. Then there's the aging workforce. With fewer births, the proportion of older people in the population increases. This shift can lead to a shortage of skilled labor, and with fewer young people entering the workforce, the burden to support retirees grows heavier. And let's not forget about social security systems. In many developed nations, these are designed with an ever-growing population in mind. But when the population begins to shrink, the financial strain on these systems can be considerable. Fewer working-age people paying into the system and more retirees drawing from it can lead to significant imbalances. Now, let's turn our attention to developing nations. Here, a declining population might bring about potential opportunities. With fewer people to support, these countries could channel their resources into improving living standards and reducing poverty. A smaller population could also ease pressure on resources. In many developing nations, rapid population growth has strained resources, from fresh water to arable land. A declining population can help alleviate these pressures, allowing for more sustainable use of resources. But here's the catch. While a declining population might bring certain benefits, it could also lead to labor shortages. This is where immigration could play a key role. By welcoming immigrants, developing nations could fill the gaps in their workforce, fueling economic growth and development. Clearly, the implications of population decline are a mixed bag, bringing both challenges and opportunities to different parts of the globe. So, is the declining world population a blessing or a curse? Well, as we've seen, it's not quite that simple. Let's revisit the key points we've unraveled. The world is witnessing a declining population trend, a phenomenon that's particularly evident in developed nations where birth rates have plummeted. This shift has a variety of implications. For these countries, it could mean less pressure on resources, but also potential economic challenges due to an aging population. Conversely, developing nations continue to grapple with high population growth. For them, a declining global population isn't an immediate concern, but rather a distant concept. These countries might find a solution in immigration, which could balance their demographic scales and stimulate economic growth. In the end, whether this global trend is a blessing or a curse largely depends on where you stand on the globe. But one thing is certain, it's a phenomenon that needs our attention and understanding.